as you work to truly understand what this foreign exchange market is and why it matters to you. For my new people, all of my new people, your number tonight is the number 5. All of my new people, you don't know what the market is. You're interested. Maybe you've done a little bit before, but not a lot. I want you to run to the chat and type a 5 in the chat right now. Type a 5 in the chat. All of my people, you have no idea. You want to learn. You don't know if you want to learn or not. You've heard about this illustrious thing. It's kind of been elusive to you. Where are my number 5? I'm going to call you my number 5 people tonight. Okay. Where are my number 5 people? Okay. Just go to the chat. Okay, cool. This call is for you. Okay. So feel comfortable and feel safe that I'm not going to be talking over your head. I'm going to be talking directly to you. Okay. This is intended and is put together for people who do not know, who want to know. Where are my more experienced people at? Type a 3 in the chat. Been around for a couple of years, maybe been to a few places, maybe had some level of success. You understand the nuts and bolts and the basics. Okay. Where are my number 3 people? You're going to be my number 3 people tonight. Okay. You're my number 3 people tonight. Okay. So we got some experienced people. We have some new people. But there's always that person in the middle, right? Who kind of knows, but doesn't feel experienced. You're going to be my number 4 person tonight. Type the number 4 you because you're in between 3 and 5. So where are my number 4 people? Yeah, you're not the expert, you're not proficient, right? But you're not the basic person, right? Who you understand what a broker is, you kind of know what the market is, right? Like you got some foundation, something, right? But you're not where you want to be just yet. And I understand too, some of my number 5 people are not necessarily where they want to be yet, but they do understand maybe at a higher level. Okay, perfect. Okay, cool. We got a good mix. All right. So all of my number 3 people, all my new folks, don't feel bad that you're new. You're not the only new person. All right. All of my more experienced people, don't feel bad. You're not the only new person. You're not the only more experienced person. And my people in the middle, we're gonna get you to where you want to be. Okay. So let's start. I need to reset this really quick. Let me go back over here. And we're gonna have a conversation before we have the conversation to make sure that we're all on the same page. I will do introductions. I got a slide in here where I'm gonna tell you who I am and all of that stuff. But I want to make sure that we spend the time doing exactly what we came to do. All right. So we've created a revolutionary platform called BFX, which is a mixture of different products and services. But the idea is we want to help 9-to-5ers, entrepreneurs, and struggling traders become consistently profitable and professional traders, right? And for those people who necessarily don't want to be professional traders, you do want to be consistently profitable, I believe. Type a 1 in the chat if you want to be consistently profitable. Just type a 1 in the chat. Just let me know. Regardless of at what level you want to learn the skill set, some people want signals, some people, is looking for software. I think we all can agree, regardless of where we are on the spectrum, we want to be consistently profitable. I think that's true. Okay, perfect. All right. And I gotta start because I have to start here. I got this little white elephant. Talk about the elephant in the room. I have to start here because this is what got me in the beginning. Again, I'm gonna tell you who I am. I know I got some new people that don't know who I am. Just go with me for a second. I couldn't imagine that I had made it through all of the education, all of these different things, and I had no idea what the foreign exchange market was. And for me, the market itself was so big that the only reason I didn't know is it had to be intentional. Like for real, like for me, I felt like it had to be intentional that I didn't know because it was too big for me not to know. The foreign so we're already started. We're in. The foreign exchange market is a $6.6 trillion per day market. That's every single day, Monday through Friday. 6.6 with a T. Does everybody agree that is very big? Does everybody agree with that? Let me know in the chat. This is a working meeting. Like I said, I'm not here to talk at you. I'm here to work with you, right? Can you imagine that something this big has been around you your entire life and you had no idea what it was? That's exactly how I felt. And look, I claim to be a smart guy. I've been in honors classes. I've won a lot of awards. I've done a lot of things. So the only thing that I could come up with is the only reason I didn't know is because somebody didn't want me to know. That's the only thing I could come up with. I had studied, I've watched the news, I've heard about the Dow Jones, and I've heard about, you hear things about the stock market all the time. You hear this stuff every single where, but nobody's talking about the largest, most liquid financial market in the world anywhere. And it's so big. And I put this slide, this slide is for y'all. I need you to know how big it really is so you can know why it matters so much. Everybody see the London Stock Exchange? Everybody see the Tokyo Stock Exchange? Do you see the New York Stock Exchange, the one that everybody's talking about all the time? These are the ones that you hear about. You hear about London, you hear about New York. Well, the New York Stock Exchange only does $22.4 billion a day. That's with a B. We might as well call it a lowercase b. If you put all of these together, I need you to know how big this is. I really need you to get this because this might be your ticket. If you put all of these together, it still wouldn't be a dot on the map compared to how liquid and how large the foreign exchange market is. Does everybody see that? Type of one in the chat. I'm not making these up. These ain't my numbers. I tell people all the time, if I can show it to you, I ain't making it up. I'm showing you exactly what it looks like. How can it be this big and we not know about it? Well, what else do we know? Well, we know the corporations know about it. we know they know. We know they keep getting indicted and in trouble, right? From market manipulation and all types of stuff. They know. They've been doing it. They've been doing it for a long time. So I think it's incumbent on us to figure it out, because what do we all want? Regardless of what profession you're in, regardless of what industry you're in, it really doesn't matter. We're all searching for some type of freedom, in my opinion. Whether that better be lifestyle, financial. But the last one, for me, the last one is the one that most people really don't talk about. And that's what I want you to focus on. Time. We can make money, right? We can live a good life, but the one thing that is fleeting from us is our time. And the markets have allowed people and is allowing people to get their time back. That is the most important thing to me. I told my wife, I said, I'd rather make the same amount of money on my own, or I'm even willing to take a pay cut on my own so I can have my time freedom. I would literally make less money to have my time freedom. Because I'm telling you, once you free a mind, once you get out of the trap, there's no going back. I'm telling you, there's no going back. You once you stop working for somebody, and listen, I had a job. I believe in jobs. I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy that says everybody needs to be an entrepreneur. I don't think that's true. I don't think everybody needs to be a business owner. But one thing I do know is there are many ways to get income that doesn't make you a business owner, that still can get you your time back. And I think this is the utmost important thing of all that I found doing this. So who the heck am I? And for those people that don't know me, I want to take an opportunity just to introduce myself, since I've been babbling on for a few minutes. So my name is Courtney Logan. I started trading Forex through a multi-level marketing company myself. My buddy called me and he said, hey, you should come and you should check it out. I was resistant. I was reluctant. And I told him no. and he said, "Hey, I believe in it so much. I'm gonna pay your entry fee." So he paid it for me. Well, he sent me the money via Walmart. I actually when he told me that it was at Walmart, I actually took my card out and paid, because his level of conviction and what he was doing, if he was willing to pay for me to do it, that means he really believed in it. So I swiped my card. I never even went into Walmart. And a couple months later, told him, "Hey man, you need to get your money back." Um, and that's when it was revealed to me that the foreign exchange market actually existed, and more importantly, that everyday regular people could actually benefit out of this market. That changed everything for me. I saw somebody make $30,000 in 30 minutes, and that alone just opened my eyes to the possibility. It wasn't even that I wanted to make $30,000 in 30 minutes. Of course, we all do. It was the idea that this guy didn't go to work. He was sitting in his hot tub, and he had just made money, and the type of money some people work for an entire year, he did it in 30 minutes. That just changed my mind on how fast money moves, and the possibilities of the different possibilities of acquiring capital. I'm a recovering attorney. I used to be a lawyer, so I've been a general counsel, I've been a vice president, I've been a prosecutor. My first job at a law school, I was a prosecutor when I was in law school. I worked for a federal judge. I also worked for the United States Attorney's Office. I've worked for a number of law firms. And at some point, I found trading, and trading changed my entire life. We had a non-for-profit group. I had 29,000 people in that group. Started teaching for free. When I started that, I was offered a judgeship, and I declined that because trading was life for me at that point, and they would have made me get out. They would have made me get off of social media, and I had made my decision that law, while it has been good to me, this would allow me to touch and help people all over the world. So now I sit here. I have a certification from the London Institute of Banking and Financing for marketing, trading analysis. I have a series 3 through FINRA. I have a series 34 through FINRA, and I'm a licensed commodity trading advisor. I'm a CTA. All of those things are Googleable. You can go search me. You can go look me up. You can go on all of those regulators' websites, and you will be able to find my name. I'm the only Courtney Logan registered on the CFTC or the NFA's website. So you can find me. I'm not hiding. I am who I am, and we've been doing this work for years now at this point, and I'm super excited to have you here tonight. So now that we got that out the way, let's keep going as far as what we're here to talk about. So this is what I do know from the work that I've done. Right? It doesn't matter where you're starting from. It doesn't matter if you're number 3, number 4, number 5. Right? It is possible for you to become a very profitable trader. And it is my position tonight. I want to give you a foundational understanding of why you should want it. Why would you want to do that? Right? The money is good, right? But I am I'm a why type of person. Everybody type Y in the chat. Everybody type Y in the chat. A lot of people, this is what I've learned, and listen, everybody, this is the gospel as a note of me, right? I only know my story. A lot of people want to teach you how to do something. They want to teach you how, right? And that is important. You need to know how to do a thing. I have been always of the position, I want to know why I'm doing a thing, why a thing is doing what it's doing. Because with the why plus the how, I can have true confidence in what I'm doing. This is the reason that newer traders struggle so much. This is why they have so many issues, because somebody gave them a how. Let me give you an example. They said, when the line do this, you get in. That's cool. Okay, you got a set of rules. You got a how. All right? How? You got a how, right? But when it's time to do it, you don't feel comfortable with it. Why? Because you don't know why you're doing it. The only why you have is because the guy told me to do it. Am I right or am I right? For my people that's been around for a while, know my new people, hold tight. Let me talk to my number 4s and my number 5s. Am I right or am I right? You get a lot of tools. You get a lot of stuff. You get a whole lot of stuff, right? They say, hey, when these things do these things, that's when you do something, but you still never know why you're doing it in the first place. And in my opinion, Confidence, here's your notes. Put this in your notes. I'm teaching tonight. I came to teach. I didn't come to lecture. I mean, I didn't come to, like I said, I'm on teacher mode tonight. All right. Confidence comes from knowing. Put that in your notes. Put it in your notes. Put it in your notes. Confidence comes from knowing. You've sat in a lot of chairs because the experience that you've gotten from sitting down in a chair has taught you over time that most of the time, if you sit down in a chair, bad things will not happen to you. Think about it. Think about it. How many of you walked into a restaurant and flipped the chair upside down to check the screws? You don't do it. Why don't you do it? Because you have confidence based on your experience and understanding that you've done that over and 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 over. Confidence comes from knowing. So what do we need to know? We need to know why we're doing what we're doing. And then we need to get the experience sitting down in the chair over and over and over again. We need to get the experience to meet and match that understanding so we can grow our confidence. That's why you're not confident. It has nothing to do with those rules on your piece of paper. For my people that's been around for some time, I'm trying to help you tonight. It really has not much to do with that piece of paper. It's the fact and the idea. You probably don't even trust what you got on the paper. More importantly, you might not trust you. I'm trying not to get on a tangent, but you know, I'm gonna go the way this thing take me. Okay. You might not trust. Most of the time is user error. You don't trust the operator. You might even trust the rules. You don't trust the operator. Whole nother conversation. I have a whole school on psychology. We'll talk as we go. Okay. So first, we need to understand what this Forex market is, and more importantly, what is it in relation to everything else? Because a lot of people, I've been through a lot of trainings. I bought a lot of courses. I've been doing this for years at this point. A lot of people, they want to talk to you about Forex. They will talk about the little bitty Forex box. That's what they want to do. They want you to believe that the world revolves around and it's only dealing with Forex, when the reality is all of these markets are intertwined some type of way. They're intertwined, and understanding where Forex sits in the overall grand scheme of things. If you didn't come to class, if you didn't come for class, if you didn't want to learn, I'm sorry. You might be in the wrong place. I just thought about that. I'm here I'm going to show you some stuff tonight. I'm telling you, when we get there, we're going to be there. If you understand where the foreign exchange market sits in the overall grand scheme of things, then you will know why it's so big. And if you understand why it's so big, then you'll understand why the opportunity is so massive. Then you'll know why you should be a trader. That's my logical chain. There are 4 capital markets. Everybody type the number 4. There are other markets. There are 4 capital markets. Everybody type the number 4 in the chat. You should be, I'm telling you, you should be taking notes. I might never do this again. So I'm gonna do it tonight. We're gonna do it real good. And if you ain't invited people to hear, this is what they need to be tonight, I promise. That's one thing I can promise you. There are 4 capital markets, 4 of them. We have the bond market. Now, when I first heard of a bond, I was so afraid. I was so scared because they said the bond rate this and the bond, like, I just thought it was some big deal. I really did. Can everybody just type the letters IOU in the chat? This is Forex for beginners, and we're gonna make it real simple. Everybody know what an IOU is, right? That's all a bond is. A bond says, hey, I need $5 million, and here's your IOU. I'm gonna pay you back later with interest. Now you know what a bond is. There's some technicalities, blah, 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 right? But I just want you to know high level what a bond is. I'm tired of people talking over us because we haven't been educated. I'm sick of it. That's why we do the work that we do. It's time for us to understand what's going on around us. I'm tired. I'm tired of listening to it. I don't like the idea of the fact I can't have conversations with regular. Everybody should know these things. You should know. You're gonna know tonight. It's nothing but an IOU. When somebody needs to raise money, hypothetically, a city needs to raise money for a sewer project, they will issue bonds. They will issue bonds. And you, as the investor, will purchase those bonds funding said project. It's an IOU that I'm going to pay you back with some interest. That's it. It's nothing else. We're not going to complicate this thing tonight. That's not what we're not going to do it. Equities, the stock market. Equities, ownership in when you purchase a stock, you have now purchased ownership in a company. That's it. All it is. All the stock market is, all of these big companies, all you've done is purchase a piece of ownership in a company. That's it. Commodities, your physical goods, your orange juice, your coffee beans, right? Your gold, physical products. It is the only, listen to me, it is the only capital market that has physical stuff. Everything else is paper. Everything else is paper. The only market, right? The only financial market that has physical stuff, wheat, grain, is the commodities market. All my BFXers, we go deep into all of these concepts. I'm giving a high level tonight. Okay. And then we got Forex. Got the Forex market, right? The one that everybody talks about, the one that people have been selling for years. We got the Forex market. All right. It's nothing but money. I want you to put money down. It's money. Forex market is money, currency. It's nothing but money. It's the world's money. Money. Okay, that's it. So bonds, nothing but an IOU. Equities, ownership in the company. Commodities, physical goods. Foreign exchange, money, currency. So understanding that, we then need to understand, okay, we get that, but why is Forex so important? Well, Forex is the key to all of those markets. This is why I'm so excited about the Forex market, because none of those other markets work without the Forex market. Did you know that? Did you know that? Did everybody know that? Did you know none of those other markets really work for real without the Forex market? Well, how do you buy gold without money? How do you buy wheat without money? How do you purchase a stock without money? Come on, somebody talk to me. Somebody talk to me. Let me know in the chat. How do you get out of stocks? How do you cash out of stocks without money? Like how do you get your money out the stock market without money? How do you purchase the city want to raise money for the sewer project and you want to put money in the sewer? Oh, you ain't got no money. Ain't that interesting? So in order to move from one market to another market, everything has to be converted to cash. So without cash, nothing's possible. Think about that. I don't need a bond. I see, think about it. I don't need a bond to purchase stocks, and I don't need a stock to purchase commodities. They're not dependent on each other. So the foreign exchange market acts as a international gateway or airport. People cashing out of stocks, and then they go into bonds. And then the people coming out of bonds, they go into currencies. They go into commodities. People coming back out of bonds into one currency, flying back out into another currency. So it's important for us to understand where this market sits. And let me ask the question, even for my people that's been around for some time. Did you know this? Has anybody taught you this before? Let me know in the chat, yes or no. Did you know this? If we taught it to you, it don't count. Did you know this? Type something in the chat. I want to make sure I'm adding value to you tonight. I want to make sure I'm adding value to you tonight. Did you know this? Did you know this? Did you know this? This is important. I'm literally going to spend, look, y'all stay as long as y'all want to. I'm going to be here. Okay. I'm going to take my time. I'm not going to rush. So I'm telling you now, we could go late. All right. I didn't put a time limit on it. I'm going to take my time because I want the people that want to be here to get the most value possible out of what we're doing here, because I have no idea when I'm going to do it again. Now you can understand why the stock market is so small and the currency exchange market is so big. Because everything that happens has to go through cash. All of it. All of it. All of it. We skipping history tonight. We go Google. All right. I'm not going to spend time doing that, but I do want to talk about some key terms because they're going to help us later. All right. In order to participate in the market, right, some nuts and bolts stuff, right, we fund a brokerage the same way you do in the stock market, right? We fund a broker, right? We fund a Forex broker that broker will allow us to trade currencies. Okay. So the money goes into the broker. The money doesn't go to a company. The money never comes to BFX, or it doesn't come to us. Your money goes into a broker. All right. The broker is an independent body. All right. And the broker is not altruistic. The broker gets paid off for every trade that you make. This is important. You need to know how this thing works. Because in Forex, unlike a lot of other markets, in Forex, it's going to sound crazy, every trade starts negative. And I hope you're writing down notes. I don't want you to think you made a mistake when you start taking your demo trades and you start looking at the market. The reason it starts negative is because you have to pay the broker off the top. He wants his money first. That's the spread. Does that make sense, everybody? Type 1 in the chat. The broker gets paid the spread, and he gets that up front. He don't want that later. He doesn't care. Well, most brokers don't. Let's talk about the legit ones. They don't care whether or not you make money or not because they got paid to facilitate the trade. They got paid to facilitate the trade up front. They don't really care what happens afterwards unless they're trading against you. That's a whole nother conversation. Okay. Forex, I'm going to leverage. Forex is a leveraged product. What does that mean? What does that mean? If you let me, has anybody bought a house before? Type it 2 in the chat. You bought a house, put a down payment down on the house, type it 2 in the chat. I'm going to explain leverage the best way I can understand it. That made sense to me. All right. So let's say you went to go buy a house for 200,000 and the deposit was 20,000. Okay. You put down your 20,000. That's considered your margin. That's how much real money you've put down on the house. Now, in order to buy the house, so I need 200,000. The seller wants their $200,000 today. They're not going to wait, until you $20,000 on the death, right? The other 180 that you get from the bank, that's considered leverage. You're leveraging the 180,000 from the bank and to put with your 20,000 to get 200,000. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Your 20,000 is your money, your real capital that you put into the account. That's considered in Forex. That's your margin. That's your margin. The leverage is how much times multiple the broker is going to give you to trade with inside of the market. Why is that important? I'm not going to get too far here. But all we'll tell you is in order to trade $10 in the foreign exchange market, just $10 per pip, that is 100,000 units of currency. I'm for $10 in the foreign exchange market is 100,000 units of currency, of that currency that you need in order to take a $10 trade. Anybody got $100,000 to put on one trade? I'm not putting $100,000 on one trade. Anybody got $100,000 to put on one trade? No, we don't. So what do? We put in margin. We put in a portion of that amount, like you did on the down payment for the house, right? And the broker give us the leverage in order to go into the market as if we have $500,000. Does that make sense, everybody? Type of one in the chat. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Type of one in the chat. I try to speak real clear English. I try to go slow. I want to make it make sense. I want to make it make sense to you. Okay. I'm not here to talk over you. I'm here to talk with you. Okay. Cool. So now we know that the broker ain't really the homie. The broker is getting paid a fee in order to let me trade. He ain't no friend of mine. All right. And he getting his off the top. Win, lose, or draw, he's going to get paid. But what does he give us in return? Well, he gives us some leverage so we can actually get into the market in the first place in order to take these trades. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Clarence. So then that brings us to the PIP value, or the PIP number, because when I first heard the word PIP, I went on YouTube, I went everywhere, and I couldn't find nobody explaining to me what a PIP was. It took me forever to figure out what a PIP was. And all the PIP is just a unit of measurement of how the currency is fluctuating. That's it. That's all it is. If it went up 1 pip and you were in for $10 a pip, you made $10. If it went up 10 pips, you made $100. All right, we're not gonna get into which one it is and what number. I just need to know the concept. Does everybody get that? If it go up 100 pips, it's 100 pips times however much money you had on the trade. You had $100, that's 100 times 100. You had $1,000, 1,000 times 1,000, right? That's all it is. It is a unit of measurement that we use for us to calculate wins and losses, but it's really just a fluctuation in the currency exchange rate. We'll get there. We're not there yet. I'm not going that fast. I'm going slow. If it move up 10 and you had $1, you made 10. If it move up 10 and you had $10 on it, you made 100. If it move up 10 and you had $5 on it, you made 50. Does that make sense? All my new people, especially you right now, my number 3 people, I need to know that made sense to you. Let me know in the chat right now. My number 3 folks, you ain't never heard none of this before. I need to know that I made this simple enough where you can understand it. Let me know in the chat. Everybody else just wait. Do you get it? That's all it is. That's it. No rocket science here. Like, I'm not, the problem is people have been speaking over us for so long just to make it sound like they're smart. That ain't what this is. I don't need to sound like I'm smart. Okay, cool. Perfect. Don't worry about nothing else on this slide for now. All right. If you got that, you got enough for us to keep going. Okay, cool. Look, we already did that already. All right. So what is currency trading? What are we doing? All right, what are we doing? It is the exchange for one. I wish I had my money. It's probably in my bag. It's the exchange. Typically hold up like a Great Britain. I'm going to London, so I probably got a pound somewhere in my bag. It's the exchange of one currency for the other. That's it. And in between those currencies, right, there's an exchange rate. There's a rate, right? And that rate says, if you want 1 Great Britain pound, you're going to have to give me $1.20 of American money. So for every 1 Great Britain pound I have to pay $1.20. That's it. Does everybody understand that? Type of 1 in the chat. That's it. That's all it is. And that exchange rate fluctuates all day long, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, all day long. It fluctuates. It fluctuates all day long, up and down, up and down, up and down. That's it. That's all it is. If I'm going to Japan and whatever, or I'm going to Canada, take my dollar, and the exchange rate is going to tell me, well, how many Canadian dollars can I get for 1 US dollar, or vice versa when I come back. That's all this is. That's it. That's all foreign exchange trading is. We got a rate in the middle, and the currency is fluctuating, and it's going to tell me how many of these I'm going to get for those. That's it. That's all it is. Nothing more, nothing less. Okay? Don't let nobody scare you. Yeah, just because it's big, don't mean it's complicated. Just because it's big don't mean it's complicated. And when you figure out how simple it really is, now there's a difference between simple and being proficient. We'll talk about that later. But the idea and the concept of what it is very simple. Does everybody agree with that? Let me know in the chat. The idea of what this market is not complicated. We've talked about 4 of them tonight. And some that's probably been eluding you for a very long time because you've been afraid to probably investigate because it sounded big. It just sounded big. It wasn't big. Ain't none of this stuff ever been complicated. They just don't want you to know. I am of the firm belief that there is a coordinated attack against the retail public and let me stop. I forgot we were recording and I don't know who listening. They don't want you to know. I want you to know. We want you to know. That's why I'm here. We do want you to know. Whether you want to be a trader or not, you should still know. You should know. There's no reason that you shouldn't know. So each country has a currency. Each country has their own currency. They have their own money, right? They got their own nicknames. We're not getting nicknames. But the most important thing is the symbols. There's a symbol for each currency. All right, there's a symbol. All right, the Great Britain pound is GBP, the United States dollar, USD. And these are standardized across the globe. Everybody knows what these are. They are what they are, just like time is what it is. Okay. You can learn this later. I just want you to have the idea that each country has a symbol for their currencies. That means when we make a currency pair, we're going to talk about that. When we make a currency pair like the USD CAD, right? Now we've placed the US dollar versus the Canadian dollar. Okay. That's a currency pair. Okay. Does that make sense? Everybody type of 1 in the chat. So when you're seeing all these symbols together, all they did was said, all right, we're gonna see what the exchange rate is between the US dollar and the Canadian dollar. That's all they did. I know they make it seem like rocket science. It's not. All right, that's it. That's all it was. Okay. All right. Let me click over here. Let me get this off the screen so it can let me keep going. All right. There are different sessions around the world. Okay. And since there is a session open, right at around the clock, there's always one session open around the clock. There's trading 24 hours a day, 5 days a week for the foreign exchange market. It's the market that doesn't sleep, because as long as a bank is open, right, it's really the interbank system. I'm not going to go too deep on y'all. I won't go that far, right? But there is no central exchange for Forex. This is important for all my stock traders out there, right? My future traders out there. You might be on the call. There is no central place that governs and regulates the foreign exchange market. It is the interbank system. There are big banks that allow this trading to happen, that produces the quotes in order for this to happen. Okay. Does that make sense, everybody? Type of 1. There's not one, like there is the New York Stock Exchange. There is no one thing for the foreign exchange market. There are only big banks that allow these transactions to actually happen. It's called the interbank system. Okay, the interbank system. So now that allows us, since there's a market open and there are banks open around the clock, there's trading around the clock. Doesn't mean you should be trading around the clock. I don't believe in trading all through the night. All around the clock like that, right? There are ideal times to trade. Okay, there are ideal times to trade, but it is true that you could trade. Okay, all right, that's all we wanted there. So what's the point, Courtney? Like, why in the world? Well, I still don't get why I want to do this. Why would I want to do this? Cool. Good point. Good question. Why would you want to do this? Because it's one of the only markets where you can profit when the market is going up and when the market is going down. I want that to sink into my new people, because typically when something is going down, that's a bad thing. Does everybody agree with that? Like typically when something's going down, that don't sound good. That like when COVID and all these other things happen, these wars, when all of these bad things typically happen in the market, that's typically not a good thing unless you're a trader. If you're a trader and you understand what the collapse or what the collapse of a currency or what the political what the political ramifications of somebody getting elected or something being held up or blah 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 blah, and you understand that, you are now in position to make money. We make money when the market is going up, and we can make money when the market is going down. When the market is going up, we make buy positions or we go long. They both mean the exact same thing. Or we sell or we go short. That's it. If we think the market is going to go down, we sell. We think the market's going to go up, we buy. If we're right, we win. We make money. If we're wrong, we lose. For everybody in the back, does that make sense? We make money both ways. If you're in the stock market, you are long stock. The only way you can get access or exposure on the short side is through ETFs, and you can get put options in the options market, but we ain't going that far. If you buy a stock, you believe that stock is going to go up. Nobody buys ownership in a company thinking the company is going to falter. Does that make sense, everybody? Let me know. We got 264 people on there. Chat should be going crazy. If you buy stock, you're a long stock. You want that stock to go through the roof as fast and far as possible. Here, we don't care. Let me stop sharing because I want y'all to look. We don't care. We don't show up saying, man, I hope it go up today. We don't care. We're sitting there like, which way you want to go? I want to go the way you want to go. Can you show me on the chart which way you want to go? We don't care. It is so liberating too. Like, because the stock people are looking at the stocks. They got to figure out which one is going up. I can literally look at the same chart. I can look at the same chart and be like, what you want to do today? Or I know what you did the last hour, but what you want to do right now? And we can make money on the same chart on the same day, going up and down, up and down, up and on the same chart. I'm trying to, like I said, I'm trying to, my objective here was to get you to understand why you would want to do this anyway. Well, the opportunity is massive because the market is so big. It's 24 hours, 5 days a week, and you make money even when it's going down. Where else can you do that at? Where else can you, tell me somewhere, tell me how you do that in real estate. Where the market crash and you still make money. Tell me how you do it in e-commerce when you don't get no sales. You don't get no sales and you still make money. Show me anywhere outside of the options market, because we can buy put options and there's some other products, but show me anywhere else where something can be falling out the sky because of tragedy and you can still make money. Show me. Sign me up for that. Get me out of this. I'm first. Send me your link. Nowhere. I'm just trying to show you the power of what it is. Nowhere. In 15 minutes, I can go up. In the next 15 minutes, I can go down, and I can do it as long as I don't mess it up. Doesn't exist anywhere. That's why this is so powerful. Listen, look, I want you here. I'm not going to look. I want you here. We want you here. Somebody wanted you here. We want to teach you. We want to teach you the why and not just the how. We want to actually break this stuff down to you. I'm not done with my PowerPoint, but understand, regardless of what you do, where you go, please find something else that can do what the power of the foreign exchange market can do. And now you will see why I left a legal career in order to do this. Show me. We spotted the pandemic before it became the pandemic. I called an 80,000 pip drop on the US 30 months before it happened. It is recorded and documented because of what we saw in the market. We was tracking COVID in China, translating Chinese articles before ever anybody in the United States was even talking about it. That's what foundation can do for you. I told my brother to move his money out of his 401k before everything dropped because of my foundation, my understanding, and my understanding of why we do what we do. Without that, you're just doing something. Some of you have been doing just something too long. And you can't understand. Now I'm talking to my 4 and 5 people. You can't understand why you can't get consistency. You can't understand why it just won't work for you. It's working for everybody else. And you can't understand why you can't get it because you're missing a core component of what you should be doing anyway. And what you should know, you don't know because everybody wrote it off as something that you don't need to know. They told you didn't need all of that. You didn't have to do all of that. You didn't have to learn that. I'm talking to my traders now. And at the same token, you believed them and you're still not getting results. But you believed them and you're still not getting results. You believe them. At some point, you have to look in the mirror and you have to understand, well, what am I not doing? I know what the piece of paper say. I know what the rules say. I keep doing the dang on rules. The rules ain't working for me. What am I doing wrong? At some point, when are we going to look in the mirror and say, where am I? Where are my gaps? What don't I understand? Instead of pointing the finger to everybody else about, you know, what's not working and blah, 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 blah. We've absolved ourselves of responsibility. And I will be quite honest, there's some educators and teachers and companies that help you do that. I'm not here to help you do that. I'm here to help you wake up. Because all while you woe is me and somebody making that bag, somebody getting free, somebody getting their time back. And I want it to be you. We're skipping orders for tonight. We'll talk about orders. I don't want to go there. There's a lot. This is a really, really big PowerPoint. Okay. So who are the market participants? Who are the people in the foreign exchange market outside of you? Banks. We talked about the interbank system. Corporations, market makers, people that make the market, that allow it to actually exist, to provide liquidity, right? We got hedge funds. We got governments. Governments are transacting business in the foreign exchange market too through central banks. And then there's you, little you. Does everybody see the chart on the right? Let me know in the chat. Everybody see that chart on the right? Everybody see the chart on the right? Type one in the chat. Everybody see the chart on the right? I'm gonna tell you what that is, and it's probably gonna shock you. It's probably gonna shock you. It's probably gonna shock you what that is. Those are the top 10 Forex traders in the world. Those are the top 10 Forex traders in the world. Where your name at? My name show ain't up there. I need you to get this. I mean, what you see? Do I need to go back to the corporation? Do I need to go back to the corporation corruption manipulation slide? Do I need to go back there? Do I need to go back there so you can really, really understand what's really happening? You want to know who's taking real advantage of what's going on? Well, you're looking at it as the top. You're looking at the top 10 Forex traders in the entire world, baby. Citibank, JP Morgan, UBA, Deutsche Bank. You don't see one person on this list. You don't see one hedge fund on this list. So, when you go in the market, you making trades, here go your competition. Here go your competition. That's who you're trading against. You want to know you're trading against? They in there too. And guess who else in there? The government, the hedge funds, they're in there too. The corporations inside of there too. So for my people, listen to me. For my people that want to learn how to trade, if you're competing against banks and institutions, do you think you need to be proficient in your understanding of why you need to do this and why you're doing it in the first place if you're going to beat or be consistent or be around long enough to see consistent profits? Don't you think you need to learn something? Yes or no? I'm just talking to my traders now. My people that truly want to learn the skill, they want to go into the market. This is not everybody, and I'm not telling nobody else to leave. Everybody else stay, because I'm talking to you next. For my other people, maybe you're busy. Maybe you want to learn, but you want to benefit from the market, right? You want to benefit from the market, all right? Don't you think it's important or incumbent upon you to have partners that can go and do battle on your behalf in the market? Now I want to hear from you in the chat. You think you're going to go at it alone? They're not going at it alone. They got entire departments designed just for fundamental analysis. They got trading floors. They got floors of people that's in the market every day, that's specifically trading one asset or one currency. Don't you think you need help? Don't you think you need somebody like me or a team of people like me looking at certain things and sending you information that you can work on your behalf to be profitable consistently? You think you're going to go at it alone? I don't think so. But here's the thing. I don't think you have to. Because that's what we've created. We've created a place where you don't have to be the expert in order to win like the expert. You can still win like the expert. You ain't got to be the expert. You ain't got to study and go to school and get the degrees and go work on Wall Street. You can just hire those people. You can partner with a team of people that can go and do that for you because they put the time, energy, effort to understand the why for you. Or you can just go try to wing it and figure it out yourself. And those are the people that just want to take advantage of the market. You want to take some signals. You want to get some, you want to use some technology to help you out. Yeah, we got a team of people to help you do that. For those that want to learn, yeah, we got a team of people to help you do that. Everybody type the word help in the chat. Help me. Help me. Help. Get you some help. Get you people, look. Yeah, does it cost? Yeah, it costs. But I promise you the price you pay will never be the price I had to pay to have my licenses, the price I had to pay to know what I know to be able to teach this to you, the years I've had to spend in order to get proficient enough to be able to break down these complex terms to you in ways that make it make sense. You pay to get the shortcut for the work that somebody else has done that you won't do or you don't want to do. That's what you pay for. You want to know what you're paying for? That's what you're paying for. Or I can give you books and I'll see you in 5 years. We can sit and we can study for a couple years and we can get you there. Or a couple months or whatever it takes, we can get you there. Or you take the shortcut and you let people help you do it. Does that make sense? Yes or yes? Let me know in the chat. One's in the chat. Megan didn't give me no time, so I'm gonna keep going. Yeah. I can stop at any time. Y'all ready for me to stop? I got a lot more slides. I'm only a third way through my slides. Y'all tell me. Y'all want me to cut it?
Keep going. Keep going.
I can cut it. I can cut it. Okay. All right. Listen. I'm telling you, this is my birthday gift to y'all in real life. I'm flying to London tomorrow. All right. I ain't even packed yet. This is really special to me. I'm excited to be here. And as you can tell, I'm taking my time on purpose. I want to make sure you got it. Okay. I really do want to make sure that you have it. Okay. Let me jump back in real quick. Okay. So we got these knuckleheads, these big banks, who are in our way most of the time. But maybe it's not that bad. So we'll come back to that. I don't know what just happened. It jumped me all the way back to the start. Somebody don't like me tonight. It's all good, but it's we're gonna keep it pushing. All right. So I don't know if you know this guy. I met him once or twice, and he was in the airport. He was in the airport, and everybody's seen the first picture. This is for my new people, my number 3 people. In the airport, there's a currency exchange. Everybody see foreign currency exchange. People, I remember when I told people Forex, it was like, what's that? I was like, it's where you exchange the money at. Like, it's the exchange of money. And people, most of the time, people don't understand that this is a real thing. Like, it's a real system. So I took this picture. I don't know where I was headed out the country somewhere, in front of the currency exchange. And I went to the exchange. I gave her money. I said, hey, mix up the currencies for me. You know, I want some yen. I want some, I want a New Zealand dollar. Give me some pesos, blah, 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 blah. All right. Does everybody see my arrow? Does everybody see my arrow on, pointing to that Japanese yen? Does everybody see that? That's a Japanese yen, right? Because a lot of times we spend a lot of time in theory world where we're just seeing letters. I wanted to give you a real world example of how this works, like for real, before we even look at a chart. All right. So I said, hey, here go my money. You know, I want some yen. She said, okay. So I gave her some money and I had to look at the board. And does everybody see the exchange rate? We've been talking about exchange rates. Everybody see these numbers on the board, these rates? See what I'm saying? Like, hey, this is what we buy at. This is what we sell at. Okay, cool. Perfect. So I gave her some money. She gave me some money. All right. Got some yen back. That's what happened. This is what happened. This is the currency exchange, the exchange of currency in real world. Perfect. Well, guess what? This rate, this number is no different than these numbers over here on the chart. We just use a chart to do it. We just do it electronically. We don't have to go to the airport or the mall and hand over currency to somebody. We use our broker for that. Our broker steps in the middle now, right? Just like she was the broker. She was brokering the deal. Does that make sense, everybody? Let me go back. I need you to understand this. She's the broker in this instance. Her company is the broker in this instance. I gave her money. She exchanged the currency for me and gave it back to me in a different form. And I had to pay her in order to do, there was a fee associated for that. Does that make sense? Everybody good? One in the chat, 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 one in the chat. Come on. One in the chat, one in the chat. We just use electronic. So now I ain't got to pull up. I ain't got to go nowhere. Okay. So here, this is the rate. And if everybody looks up here, most people miss this on TradingView. This tells me that this number represents the price of the Japanese yen compared to what? The US dollar. I'm circling some stuff so you guys can see it. So this pair is the USD versus the JPY. And what is it telling me? The first currency is always considered the base currency. The second currency is always considered the quoted currency. Well, what is it quoting? It is quoting to me how many Japanese yens it's going to take me to get $1. That's what it's quoting me. Does everybody see that? Does everybody see that? It says it's going to take me 113 yen to equal $1 US. That's all this chart's telling me. Does that make sense to my new people, my new folks? Maybe some of my older folks that haven't had this chart broken down to you before. I need you to understand. I'm about the why. I need you to truly understand and what you really need to know what you're doing if you're going to call yourself a currency trader. And even if you're going to dibble and dabble and you're just going to take signals, you still need to know. You should not be oblivious to what is happening with your money. You are in control of your destiny and your future. Regardless of somebody else doing it for you or not, you need to have some baseline understanding of what is going on. So this tells me for 113 yen, I can get $1. That's all this chart says to me. That's it. If price was to fall all the way down to here, to this 110 right here, that means what? For 110 yen, how many dollars do I get? Everybody type a number in the chat. How many dollars would I get for 110 yen? Everybody type a number in the chat. Type a number in the chat. I'm just making sure y'all got it. I'm all about the transfer of information, not just speaking to you. I'll make sure you got it. Because when you go look at any chart, from now on, when you go look at any chart, all charts mean, from a currency perspective, they mean the same thing. How many of the base currencies, how many of the quoted currencies do I need to get one of the base? Every chart, every currency chart is the same. How many of the quoted currencies does it take to get $1 US? How many US dollars does it take to get one Great Britain pound? Blah, 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 blah. That's all it is. If it's in the first position, it's 1, always 1. If it's in the second position, this rate, right? This is the exchange rate. This is the rate this is how much it's going to take in order for you to get blah, blah, blah. One of those. That's it. So guess what we're trading? We're trading the influx and the fluctuations of the rate. That's it. If it goes up and we bet that it goes up, we make money. If it goes down, we bet that it goes down, we make money. And that's this chart right here. We're back here. Does that make sense, everybody? Does that make sense? That's all we're doing. That's it. That's all we're doing. There's nothing else. Like all of the other stuff, right? I'm gonna call it the other stuff. It's important. Everything else is trying to help you understand when it's going to do what. But what it is not complicated. That's simple. What this is and what are we trying to do, that's simple. That's simple. Now, getting to a place where you understand what's about to happen, whether or not it's going to go up or down, is the question, and that's where the work comes in. Does that make sense, everybody? Let me know in the chat. Does that make sense to you? Does that make sense to you? What it is and why we're doing it, we want to make money consistently. That's what we want to do. How do we do it? If the market goes up, we bet that it goes up, we make money. If the market goes down and we say that it's going down in our broker, we make money. That's it. No more rocket science. No more illusions. There's no curtains. There's no wizard. That's all we're trying to do. When we sitting down looking at the chart and you see all them squiggly lines, all we sitting there saying is it going up or down? Up or down? Up or down? We're trying to figure out, and when it's going to go up or down? Up or down? That's it. My number 3 people, how do you feel right now? Let me know I'm trying to make it plain. My new people, my brand new people, how do you feel right now? How do you feel about Forex right now in this moment? Let me know. There no invisible strings. There's no strings attached. Like literally, what we're trying to do is the simple part. There should be no guesswork there. What this is there's no guesswork about what this is. It just is. Forex is not a company. Forex is not a company. No, nobody owns Forex. Nobody owns Forex. Like, it's a market. What we own is our education methodology. That's what we're selling. We're selling our expertise. We're selling the idea that we can teach you how to look at something like this and help determine whether or not it's going to go up or down, so you can make a trading decision and make money on your own. That's what we sell, but we don't sell Forex. Nobody can sell you Forex, because Forex exists whether or not you take a part of it or not, whether or not you trade or not. You interact with this market regardless. It's going to happen at some point. You travel, you're a Forex trader. You've ever traveled, you're already a Forex trader. People are like, I'll never do that. I'm like, didn't you just come back from Mexico and had the pesos? You done did it already. You done done it and don't even know you done did it. All right. I'll stop. Leave y'all alone. So what's our objectives? All right. So successful traders always follow the line of least resistance, follow the trend. It is statistically shown that trend traders, by the numbers, are more successful long term than people that counter trend trade. So, well, and the saying is, for my new people, the trend is your friend. The trend is your friend. Write that down. I'm sure some of you've heard that before. The trend is your friend. Okay. And so we always tell people to follow the trend. Anybody heard that before? My number of 4 and 5 people. Have you heard the trend is your friend? Have you heard follow the trend? Yes or no in the chat? Real quick, yes or no in the chat. All my people that's been around for a while. It's kind of like the staple, right? There's a lot of staple sayings. People don't articulate to you what they really mean, but they say them a lot, right? I'm not that guy. Okay, I'm not that guy. So new people, this is where you get to watch the veterans for a minute. Okay. Here's my question to everybody that's in my number 4 category and my number 5 category. Who is the trend? Let me know. I want to see answers in the chat. Who is the trend? Because they told me that the trend is my friend, but who is it? Who is my friend? I want to talk to my friend. Who is the trend then? Because y'all just told these new people to go follow the trend. They're like, well, who is that? Why I'm following them? Who is the trend? Who is the trend? Who is the trend? Let me know in the chat. For my people that's been around, let me know. Who's the trend? Who is the trend? Okay. I see some good answers. I saw Mark. Banks, institutions. Okay. All right. I heard somebody say that they were. I saw me in the chat. Somebody said, "I'm the trend. I need to talk to you." send me a private message with your phone number, address, and when you see the black cars pull up, just know that we want to be with you. Okay, cool. All right, cool. So it's not you, right? It's not you. But it's all of these knuckleheads, right? Because the reality is, the trend is the direction in which the market is flowing. And if write this down real quick. I'm sorry I missed this. There's no gravity in the market. Like I said, I've been teaching this stuff for years now. Write this down in your notes. There's no gravity in the market. I'll explain what that means in a second. Write that down though. Let me know when you got it. Just got it in the chat. There is no gravity in the market. There's no gravity in the market. That's what I want you to write down. I want you to write down, there is no gravity in the market. Let me know, got it in the chat. There's no gravity in the market. I'm make it make sense real quick, just like I've made everything else make sense. Okay. The market just does not fall. You throw something up, it falls down. That's what we're used to. We're used to throwing a ball up, fall down, the cup falling off of the shelf and the chair falling down to the floor. If there is no money moving in the market does not move. There's no gravity in the market. So if nothing happens, nothing happens. That's your next note. If nothing happens, nothing happens. Type that in. This is important. This is important. This is important. This is important because we can't follow somebody we can't see, but we can see them. All right. So you need to know that if nothing happens, nothing happens. What does that mean? If the market is selling, if the market is moving down, somebody is making that happen. It don't happen by itself. Because a lot of people think, oh, bad stuff happened. The market is tanking. Somebody's doing that. Somebody's doing that tanking. We want to be with it when it happens, but we'll talk about that later. If nothing happens, which means if money is not flowing in the market, nothing is moving. So since there's no gravity and something is falling, that means somebody had to put money into the market to make it fall. Does that make sense, everybody? Type 1 in the chat. 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 Okay, cool. That's important. I missed that when I had my up and down arrows, but you know, things are slowly coming back to me. It's been a while. All right. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I'm halfway through my slides. So the trend is your friend. And we call them smart money. Okay. We call them smart money. What we don't want to follow, we don't want to follow dumb money. And more importantly, I don't know about you, but I want my money to be dumb. Because dumb money ends up in smart money's pocket. Say that one more time. I need you to understand this. All right. There is truly a coordinated attack against the retail trader. They understand that most people don't know. 90% of traders lose, and they know you don't know, and you're going to fall victim to a trap somewhere at some point. Doesn't matter how long of a streak you get. If you don't understand what smart money understands, you are doomed to be dumb money, and dumb money ends up in smart money's pocket. Don't let your money be dumb. We need to educate your money. Is that fair, everybody? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. I'm trying to educate you so you can educate your money. All right. I want you to do what the smart money do, because the smart money ends up with whose money in their pocket? Let me know in the chat. Whose money does the smart money end up? What type of money ends up in smart money pocket? Let me know in the chat. Come on, everybody. I want some dumb money. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's too much. That's too far.
That was hilarious. Actually,
I want some dumb money, but I don't want your money. Like, that's the thing. I want dumb money, but I don't want your money. That's why I'm here teaching you and training you. And that's why we got an educational platform. So, because we don't want your money. We want your money to be smart too. We want to count all the dumb money together. Okay. All right, I'm having too much fun. Okay. Listen. We're not here to feed everybody else. We're here to help the ones that we know that we need to help. And that's how you got on this call. Somebody invited you here. I didn't invite you here. I don't know half of y'all. Right? I'm gonna help you like I love you. I'm gonna help you like I know you. Right? I'm breaking it down to you like I would if you was like really like studying under me. Like, I don't know if y'all can feel it, but I'm really trying to give you the game, like in real life. All right. Does everybody feel like they're getting value tonight? Just let me know real quick. Like, am I still helping you? Okay. Am I still helping you? All right, cool. That means you might hang out, because I'm not lying, y'all. I'm on slide like 31 of 70. I swear. I don't know how this happened. I'm just out of practice. I guess we'll call it out of practice, but I'm not lying. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna get through all of this tonight, because y'all gonna put me out of here at some point. Because y'all gonna go to bed on me or something. But I'm gonna go as far as I can, and I'm gonna keep you as long as I got you. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay. So we want to make you smart money. We want to make your money smart, and we want to put you in position to understand what smart money is doing, right? What the banks are doing, how the money is flowing through different systems and strategies that we teach. Some you're going to create on your own. Some you might have already, and maybe you're just missing some elements of your trading acumen, and we're going to give you that too, right? So we want to help you. We want to help you not be on the wrong side of this thing, all right? Because if you can get on the right side of it, it's really sweet, okay? The trainer's your friend. We talked about that. So there are three different types of analysis. Three different types of analysis. Everybody type the number 3 in the chat. There's 3 different types of analysis. I repeat myself as a teaching tool. Like, I've heard this before. I want everybody to understand. I don't talk like that. I'm a 4-time national speech and debate champion. I just coached my high school boys to a national championship in July. They're defending national championships. They're juniors in high school from 3 different high schools, and we will compete in May for our first round, headed back to the national championship if we beat everybody in Tampa. I say that to say I am a very well-trained and skilled communicator. The reason I repeat myself is because repetition helps you memorize and understand and get what I'm saying. And I also try to make sure that when I have new people on the call, I am going slow and I could talk fast, but if I say it over and over and over again, I know that I have everybody with me. Does that make sense? I'm explaining it because some people are like, he just kept repeating himself. I do that on purpose. That's actually a training tip for those that want to be teachers. I do it on purpose. It's intentional. Okay, it's intentional. It's not I don't talk like that. I do it when I'm training and teaching because I want to make sure you got it. I know you're writing, right? I know you're writing notes and you might miss something. So instead of a million people saying, can you say it again? I just say it again. Okay. 3 different types of analysis. Okay. We're going to break those down real quick. We're not going to go deep. I just want to tell you what they are. One is sentimental analysis. Most people don't know about this. Most traders actually don't know about sentimental analysis. All right. They've never even seen a report like this. All right. Let me make it true. For my number 4 and 5 people, have you seen a speculative sentiment index? Yes or no in the chat. My 4 and 5 people, not my new people, my 4 and 5 people. Have you seen a sentimental analysis index before? I'm going to teach you what it is because we just got through talking about smart money. And then we was talking about dumb money. Well, what if I tell you there is a type of analysis where brokers produce information about who's long and who's short? Guess who the red line is going the opposite way of the market? Dumb money. I mean, retail traders. Does everybody see this? Does everybody see this circle right here? Right? The market, for my new people, the market is going up. The candlesticks, it's all moving up. All the retail traders' money is going down the opposite way of the smart money. Doing what? Being dumb money, ending up where? In smart money's pocket. So this is an actual report that's not even offered legally in the United, well, not legally. They don't offer it in the United States. They offer it internationally, right? And we used to have this streaming on our platform, but we teach people how to use this. They have reports like this, like COT analysis. They have reports like this in the futures market as well, where you can get access to who's long and who's short. So here we see the conversion right here, that as soon as retail traders start going short, the big money start going long. Okay. So sentimental analysis, where's the money? Okay. Sentimental analysis. Okay. Something new, maybe something different for some of you that's been around for a while. Then we got fundamental analysis. Okay. This is just news, right? Economic data, economic news. Okay. Forecasting. All right. If the Federal Reserve Bank increases rates, what does that mean to currency? Blah, 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 blah. All right. Does that make sense, new people? Fundamental analysis, just economic data, economic news. That's it. That's all it is. I know it's a big word, and fundamental analysis is like, oh, it's like, no, as long as you know what GDP is, you probably can do some you can probably do some fundamental analysis. If you know what CPI is, you might be able to do some fundamental analysis, right? Like if you know what interest rates mean to currency, you might be able to do some fundamental analysis. But you have to understand what those concepts are, and how, more importantly, how they relate to currency. That's what we teach. Okay, we teach that. All right, and then we have technical analysis. It is the use of charts. It is the use of charts to understand direction. That's it. There's a lot of different tools and indicators that we use on charts to help us understand patterns and those types of things that we use on charts to understand what's going on in the market. There's no chart here. I don't need a chart. I don't need a chart to understand what a pandemic means to oil when nobody's driving a car. Does that make sense? Like if nobody's driving a car, do you think people are selling a lot of gas? Yes or no in the chat? Because let me know real quick. If everybody's in the house, I'm gonna make you all fundamentalists real quick. If everybody's in the house Nobody's driving cars. Do you think the supply and demand of oil gas is going to change? That is fundamental analysis. You just did fundamental analysis. You just did it. Okay, I'm just showing you you're not far off on these things once you understand what they are. It's not like it's rocket science. There's no wizard. Again, there's no wizard. No, nobody's the master of the information. Nobody has a box is like, I got all the stuff. No, you can go find this stuff on your own. You want to be real? You can Google this. You can go find this on your own. It might take you a little longer to get to where you're going, right? You come to us for the shortcut because we didn't put it all together and we didn't figure it all out. But it's out there. I mean, I didn't make this. I don't make news announcements. So that's what fundamental analysis, technical analysis, and there's this age-old debate of which one is better, right? Which one is better, right? Is it the technical or the fundamentals? And some technical traders are like, well, I can do everything with technicals. Cool. And the fundamentals are like, well, I can just forecast the news. Cool. And I think they're both true. I think they're both true, but this is what I believe. This is the gospel of Courtney. And I don't mean that sacrilegious, but this is just how I see it. We marry the two. We marry the two. I think it's a perfect union. I think understanding the charts and the patterns and everything has everything to do with what's going on the chart is important, as also understanding the news and the economics. Because I'll tell you one thing, I don't care what that chart say, when a pandemic happened, everything was out with the bathwater. It didn't matter what the line that you drew on your chart said. It didn't matter. Everything was done. Okay. So I believe a marriage of the two is actually the most effective way. And that's that's the way that I teach. Okay. So how do you get started trading? How do you start trading? Okay. Easy. Look, you go get a broker, you fund the broker, right? You download the software, you execute the trade, you exit the trade. You get in the trade, you get out of the trade. You can open a broker, you can fund your account, and you can download the software in less than 30 minutes. And you can be trading within an hour. I'm gonna say that one more time. All of these things that you see, you can do this in an hour. My new people, do you understand that? Let me know in the chat. You can be a trader tonight. Tonight, you can be a trader tonight. All my new people, do you get that? It don't matter if you come to me or go to nobody else. You can pick up your phone. You can go on your computer. You can be a trader tonight. That's the easy part. Let me show you how easy it is. I went on Owanda. All right. I went to them and I said, y'all see, I got this slide 3 years ago. I just noticed that. I went to them and said, hey, how much money do I need in order to open a broker account? I'm like, how much money do I need? Y'all see that? How much money do I need to open a live account to trade Forex with Owanda? They said there's no minimum deposit or minimum balance required to open or maintain an Owanda account. However, you will need funds in your account to open positions. So I can open an account for free. Said, this all will depend on you. I said, so I could basically open an account with $50 to start to trade with smaller accounts. Yes, that is correct. Does everybody see that? I'm just trying to show you. They told me I can open an account for free, but I can fund it with $50. Now, hold on. Let's back up. I need to check the room for a second. So you telling me that there is a $6.6 trillion market, 6.6 trillion with a T, capital T, and them other was lowercase b, a $6.6 trillion market. And I could get exposure and I can get access to it and fund an account for $50, $40. I can just start and just, dabble and test. I can do that. And I ain't got to put $100,000 into it to start. I ain't got to put $250,000. Does everybody know that there's a $25,000 pattern day trading rule in the stock market? In order for you to be in a regulated broker and take multiple trades in a day, you need a minimum of $25,000. It's called the pattern day trading rule. Look it up. Everything's Googleable. I want you to fact check me. I'm that guy. It's called the pattern day trading rule. You need a minimum of $25,000 in your account in order to take consecutive trades throughout the day, because that's when you're considered a trader. If you have anything less than that, they will stop your account after a certain number of trades. Pattern day trading rule. I've said it again, so you can go look it up and be like, yep, that guy said that. Ain't no pattern day trading rule in Forex. Fund an account for $100, you can trade with your $100, whatever it will allow you to trade. Trade 10 cents. Do you know that you can make a Forex trade with 10 cents? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. New people, could you imagine that you can, while you're learning and practicing, while you're learning and practicing, you can take trades with a dime? With a dime. What if I told you that some people, and I'm not a proponent of this, I'm not a hype man, I'm not the guy. I've literally said on presentations where somebody said, well, all you need is a dime to trade. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that. I've heard people say that, and it's disingenuous. You can't fund an account with a dime and think you're going to trade a dime. You got to pay the broker. We talked about that, right? But you can open it. If you have money in your account, you can open a trading position with a dime. And I know people that have taken a dime. They put a dime in a trade and made $400 off of the dime. Off the dime. Now, is that your ministry? No, I'm not saying that either. That's not what I'm telling you to do. I'm not telling you to chase that. I want you to understand the possibilities of what's possible in this market and the power you have with your cell phone, regardless if you come into BFX or not. Now, you should be here. If you ain't figured out where you should be by now, I promise you, you're going to be hard pressed to find this level of expertise just about anywhere at this level. But for you that's going to go on your own, you're going to try it and you're going to go somewhere else, that's fine. But I want you to understand what the opportunity is. That was my objective tonight. So you understand why in the world would you want to do this? Why you should be doing this? Because with a dime, I have seen people make people's multi-hour salaries with a dime. I'm not going to tell you what I've seen them do with $1. I'm not going to tell you what I've seen them do with 10 or 20 or 30. But I know what they've done with a dime. So that's why we're going to touch every corner of this world, because people in developing nations that's trying to come up and they're trying to pull themselves up by bootstraps they don't even got. They need to understand what they can do with $1, because that might be all they got, or 10 or 20. I need to make sure, because there's some people connected. Even if you don't want to do this, there are some people connected to you that we can change their lives and their situation if they knew what they can do with the $50 under the mattress, in the pillowcase, and in a sock. So you know, people say it's not about recruitment. Everything is about recruitment. Everything that I know is about recruitment. Tell me one business that hasn't recruited a customer. Tell me one business that is not concerned about their marketing. Tell me one church that's not concerned about recruitment. Tell me one organization or team that's not concerned about recruitment. When the mission and vision is big as what we have, yet we're concerned about recruitment, but I'm more concerned about those that I've recruited to ensure that they get exactly what they came to get. That's one thing I will tell you. Because some people have missed the mark on the backside. They were concerned about recruiting, but they weren't concerned about the people they were recruiting. I'll stop, because I'm telling you, I will be here all night. But there's just one more elephant that I got to address. So it's easy. We can start trading today. We can start that is easy. We can do that tonight. We can do that tonight, right? But there's another elephant in the room that we really got to take some time to to really consider, because getting started and getting proficient, two different worlds. Two different worlds. This is why we got companies who've put hundreds of thousands of people into getting started, but never getting proficient. And that's why they're going under. That's why they don't exist. That's why they've gone back to their 9 to 5. They quit their jobs, thought they were going to get proficient, but they really just were just getting started because they never had an eye for getting proficient. See, when you get proficient at a thing, things change. You want results, get proficient at something. Yeah, get proficient at something. Some of you have done that in your careers. You got started and you got proficient. You became the craftsman. And I am hell-bent, I am hell-bent on ensuring that the people that want to learn become the craftsmen. I want you to pick up any tool anybody gives you, and I want you to be able to trade it. I want you to be able to pick up anybody's trading plan, look at what the rules are, and execute and implement them. I want you to be able to trade it. When you become the craftsman, it doesn't matter what tools you got. It don't even matter. See, Tiger Woods, he can come get your clubs, and he still can go play. But if Tiger gave you his clubs, you still can't do what Tiger can do because you're not the craftsman. That is the separating factor. Everybody gets started. That's the easy part. Everybody gets started. That's easy. That's saying, raising my hand and saying, yes, that's easy. But getting proficient takes discipline, patience, focus, money management, journaling, trading plans, risk management. Getting proficient at it is the work. I'm just talking to my traders that want to be proficient. All my traders, let me know in the chat where you are. 3 in the chat real quick. Just my traders like that want to be proficient. 3. Everybody don't want to be proficient. For everybody else, your job is to find proficient people that you can tag along with. That's your job. Your job is to find you some proficient people that you can borrow their expertise so you can make money too. But there are some that wants to be proficient. They want to be proficient. That's the hard part. That's the part that takes the time. That's the part that takes the work. And that is exactly why BFX exists. We exist to ensure that those that want to be proficient can become proficient, that want to excel and exceed, want to look at a chart and make an independent trading decision, that you can. And those that want to be connected to people that have done that already, so they can benefit from the opportunity of what the $6.6 trillion a day market holds, they can. That's BFX in a nutshell. It is one of the, when I tell you, I am so honored and grateful to lead the team that I lead. It is incredible. It is incredible the people that I get to work with and do this business with. And I ain't even told y'all what I do for the company yet, all you new people. But I'm the chief operations officer for BFX. I run the day-to-day operations of the entire business. And it's my job to ensure and to make sure that every person that walks through our doors, that we fulfill the promise that we made to them of why they came to us in the first place. This is my life's work. My life's work has always been teaching and pouring my information that I've acquired into others that has made me successful. And I have the opportunity to partner with other people that share the same vision and mission. We all have different roles inside of the vision, right? My job is to ensure that the products, services, the corporations, everything is on point to ensure that we have a vehicle that can cause change in your life. There are some people on my team, their responsibility is to get the word out to other people so they can understand, hey, there is water over here for thirsty people. You want to learn? We have something for you. If you want to learn, we have it here. That's their job. That's their job. And there has been this war on marketers for a very long time, as far as that's an MLM and that's a direct sales, and I don't want to recruit anybody. Nobody asks you to recruit anybody. I'm not here to ask you to recruit nobody. But think of this, for all my new people, if somebody didn't invite you to this call, think about what you wouldn't have known. I just want to pause for a second. If somebody wouldn't have opened their mouth and said, hey, you need to check this out, think about what you would not have known. And think about, just go back through your life and think about the things that you've been invited to that has served your life very well because somebody invited you to it. We all have different roles in the mission, but the mission remains the same. Economic and financial empowerment for the everyday man and woman. But without people telling you, you wouldn't even be here. So I have literally found a situation where the marketer, the person out on the ground, talking to the people, shining the light like a lighthouse to people, like, hey, you really need to come look at this. We've been able to match that with products and services that truly serve people. That is a symbiotic relationship that I'm grateful to have. Because some of you will become part of our family. Some of you won't become a part of our family. But what you will always say is, I showed up to a call and I got value and I learned. I'm on slide 42 of 70. I got to stop. If you think you learned something today, in the little moments, these are moments that we spent together. Guess what we can teach you in months? There are levels of everything. There's levels of everything. There's levels of politicians. There's levels of teaching. There's levels of basketball, football. There's levels of there's levels of education. And the one thing nobody's ever heard from me, you can go back and watch. I've been live for years. Nobody will ever say, Courtney will stand up, I'm the best in the land and blah, 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 blah. We ain't got to talk like that. We'll just show up to calls like this and create so much value where you'll second guess what you've been learning from all of these years. I don't have to tell anybody who I am. I'll just show up as I am, and I'll let you be the judge of who I am. I'll let you to be the judge of our products and services and our team. Because we know who we are. We don't have an identity crisis. I've never met a CTA. I've not met a person in the retail trading space that has come up around. I ain't met nobody that got what I got. So I feel good about who I am. But none of that matters if I can't make it make sense to you. If we can't get it to a point that it can add value to your life, none of my licenses, none of the degrees, none of the millions of dollars we spent, none of it matters if we can't help you. Doesn't matter. So what? Stuff look good. Education is great. So what? So what? None of it matters. None of it matters. If we show up to calls and we talk over your head and you don't get it, okay, we know some big words. Why would it matter? It does not matter. And for far too long, people have been doing that to you. And for far too long, you've allowed it. You've allowed it. You've been an active participant in your own demise. See, I'm never going to absolve you of your responsibility in this either. I'm not. I'm going to tell you, we can help you, we can assist you, we can aid you, we can make it simple for you with our signals and our platform and our technology. You still have a responsibility. You're still responsible. Because everybody wants everybody else to be responsible, and then you can't understand why you're still where you are. And at the end of the day, only person living your life is you. When are you going to take the reins and do something different for you? I can't do that for you. We can help you. We can aid you. We can assist you. But here's my last note for you. And Megan, I'm going to turn it over to you. Here's my last note. I want you to write this down. I want this. If I leave you with anything, I want to leave you with this. I don't sell feet. I don't sell feet. We sell a path to victory. We sell help. We sell information. We sell tools. But I don't sell feet. We'll walk aside. We'll walk right next to you. Yeah, we'll walk along the path with you. But at some point, if we look back and you back there and you ain't walking, at some point when we get to the end and it's time for you to take a step and walk through the door, I don't sell feet. You are responsible. You are responsible. You want to know what the secret sauce is? Everybody, I got the secret sauce. We got the secret sauce. We got the secret sauce. I'm going to tell you the secret sauce because some of you might not know what it is. It's you. You, the secret sauce. Because if you can fix you, if you can fix you, if you can get yourself in a position where you're not greedy, you're patient, you're disciplined, you're organized, you're doing the work, you're taking the steps, right? You're doing what you need to do. If you can get yourself in that position, you will figure out that a lot of problems that you have in your life or have had in your life for a very long time originated inside of you. I tell students all the time, I have one enemy in teaching you how to trade. Only one. There's one enemy that I have. It's not the charts. It ain't the smart money. It ain't how much money you got. It ain't how old you are. It ain't your technology. It ain't none of that. You my problem. Because you came to me with baggage. Some of it you didn't even know. You tried to learn over here and that didn't work and it scarred you. You lost money over here and that scarred you. You got a bad relationship and that scarred you. All of these things, life has scarred you and it has beat you up. And now you come to me in some ways broken, some ways battered, some ways healing, right? We're all on our journey. We're all on our journey. I almost lost my entire family over trading. We're all on our journey. None of us are immune to life. None of us are immune to life. Period. It's going to happen to you. If it ain't happened to you, it's coming. And we still got to figure it out. But my worst enemy and your worst enemy always resides inside of you. You are my enemy. You are your enemy. And if you're going to have anything big in this life, regardless of what it is and where it is, you have to figure out how to ensure that you're not the problem. Listen, guys, my name is Courtney Logan, Esquire, CTA. You guys have been amazing tonight. Thank you for your participation. Thank you for your engagement. Thank you for being here, right? We might not never share space with each other ever again, right? I understand that. But just know that it is my heart that nobody ever talks over your head again, right? That you understand how big these markets is, more importantly, what this opportunity is. What this foreign exchange market can really do for your life. It is incredible. It really, really is incredible. Okay. And we're here to serve you. We're here to serve you. I'm here to lead a team that can serve you. everything I do from a top down, we do as a team, as an organization, is customer focused. Customer focused. I'm not in a rush. We want to touch people at every corner of the world. I'm not in a rush to get there. I'm in a rush to make sure that we keep our promises to everybody that walks through our doors. Thank you guys so much. Megan, you want to hop in?
I do not want to follow you. I just want to say thank you so much just for being a phenomenal friend and a phenomenal teacher, because most people wouldn't share hours of their life, teaching this level of education. So that's all I have to say. I want to say thank you every single day. We get on here and we really truly sing the praises of BFX and you. We appreciate your hard work. I know you've been working on this program for long before we got here, your blood, sweat, and tears. So we truly appreciate you. We just want to say happy birthday to you. I'm going to unmute and make sure we get some kind of picture from you being in London, maybe a snapshot of some money or something like that. But I do want to, while we have 233 people on, I just want to say we do calls every single day so that you guys can bring individuals to hear a quick 15-20 minutes about BFX. That's all we do. And then we want to say thank you to Mr. James Wiggins, boss I quit, for bullying you into doing this call.
James, you there? I think he's on too.
Love you. I love you guys. That's all I got to say. Thank you. I love you guys. Thank you. Wow.
Thank
I'm
you,
humble.
James, for this call.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate it.
I appreciate
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, I don't have anything else to say. I just want to unmute everybody, Mr. Logan, so that we can all say happy birthday. And we're going to hop off of here. We will upload this recording and drop it in the BFX plug and also in our private groups, if that's okay with you, sir.
Absolutely, no problem. Yep.
All right. Thank you so much. Let me unmute the folks somewhere on here so that we can all say happy birthday to King Courtney, ladies and gentlemen.
Happy
Birthday, homeboy. St. Louis in the house.
Always a learn that you must from me. Way to be in the same room with you, man.
Happy birthday.
Love it. Love it. Well, thank you so much, Courtney. We're going to go ahead and sign out. Thank you, James Wiggins, for everything that you do as well, and all the leaders, and tell the corporate team that we said we are so appreciative. Thank you, Courtney.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much. Everybody have a blessed night. We will see you guys at the top.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.